What's going on, everybody? You've made it to repetitions and routine day 20. We are repeating our 2-minute supersets today. So you need a kettlebell. We are going to be using a kettlebell or dumbbell for squats and swings, kettlebell swings. And you'll need a box if you do box jumps or step ups. Otherwise, you can do jump squats or more squats. All right, let's go ahead and get warmed up. I'm going to just start at the back of the mat. In a child's pose. Big toes together, slide your hips back, reach your arms way out in front, and then take a few deep breaths. Keep your elbows up off the ground. Take some inhales and exhales. Drop your left shoulder to the ground, and then your right, just a little bit of stretch and twist across your upper back. And then we're going to slide those hands forward and shift into a downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, slide your right heel toward the ground and then your left. So depending on our time today, we are going to add in 1 or 2 more supersets, nothing too crazy. If you kept track of your quantity, how many repetitions you got last time within your 2 minutes, then grab those notes or piece of paper, whatever it is that you wrote it down on so you could remember and see how you do today. Bring your left leg forward outside your left hand, and we're just going to hit up a hamstring slide. So hinging forward, get that hip flexor, slide back, keep your back nice and long, hinge forward, and then slide back, forward, and back. 4, we'll go 1 more, and 5. Okay, before we switch to the other side, go ahead and just draw that front leg back a bit, and we're going to do some twists over that top leg. However big you want, but just get your hips to stay level and stable and twist over that top leg. All right, plant your hands back down. Go back into your downward facing dog. And we're going to bring our right leg forward. Outside your hand. Drop in. Hinge back. And then forward. And back. All right, so we are going to be starting off with a goblet squat. If you prefer to hit up a squat where you're holding the bell low, that's totally fine. Or maybe you get going and sometimes holding the bell, especially a heavy bell, up at the chest like a goblet, can put a little bit more tension and stress in your back. So if you're feeling that, just feel free to hold it low. All right, twist over that front leg. You can also find kind of how you want to go about your repetitions. Try to pace yourself so that you can stay moving for your entire 2 minutes. All right, let's come up and just hold a forward fold. Or you can pace yourself or go faster so that you're hitting up higher intensity reps and maybe need a couple breaks within your 2 minutes. You can kind of decide how you want to run it. All right, otherwise, we're just going to set in and get it going. We'll have 1 minute transition time between our 2-minute blocks. And we're going to start off with that goblet squat. Ready, set, and go. Grab those horns. Set your feet just outside your hips. Belly nice and strong. Work your breath. Get into those glutes. Get into your core. Get your full extension at the top. And see if you can tell if you're squatting evenly. Same press up, same drop down. So your hips aren't really shifting left or right. Lock deep into that core. Connect your mind to muscle. Keep the chest up. Keep your core strong. Sit those hips evenly to the ground. 13 seconds. Time. Went a little heavier that time. You can feel it. All right, warmed up. We are going to move into a plank next. 2-minute plank set. So you get out of it what you can. Take a little child's pose here. Stretch out. 9 extra pounds. Makes a big difference, I guess. All right, it's up to you if you would like to be on your forearms or on your hands. We have 7 seconds. 3, 2, and go. Pull your chest forward between those elbows and then tighten up underneath the rib cage. Feel your flexions through the whole body, but really focus on the core, that rib cage tightening up, holding together, hanging strong. Take deep inhales and exhales. Figure out how to connect that muscle contraction, maybe finding different little flexions, different parts, your torso, your back, your thighs. Depending on how long you've been doing planks, should be getting a little more doable, but you still need to find the work. Find that work. Stay flexed in deep. Scan the body. Space between ears and shoulders. Tighten under the rib cage. See if you can flex your obliques. Tuck your tailbone. Wrap around those thighs. 20 seconds left. Feel the core burn, heat up. Build that tone. 3, 2, and 1. Whew, all right. 2 sets down. Next up we have box jumps. If you do not box jump, you can jump squat. You can step up and down. Just take whatever you want for your moves. You can focus on height. You can focus on speed. Still keeping the core nice and solid when you're in those jumps. Try to get your whole foot, all of your feet on that box. 5 seconds. And go. It's always the first couple, especially after doing all those squats. Remember, you get to break when you want. Come back when you're ready. 1 minute down. 1 to go. You find your edge. Time. Whew. Feeling good. All right. Next up, we have push-ups. Take a low squat. Just let yourself recover. Set up your intention for that next round. 10 seconds to go. Remember, your plank or your push-up is a moving plank, right? Tucking, contracting, holding support through the core. Go for range, whatever works for you. Push that ground away using your chest. Drop all the way in, whatever you can handle, and then push all the way up. Make sure you're getting that full extension at the top. I see it a lot. We just find a certain place and then stay put there without getting that full extension up to the top. 35 seconds. Find your core. Find your chest. And time. Still working on my push-ups. All right, grab your hands behind your back. Open up through the chest. All right, we have kettlebell swings next. I stick with my heavy bell here. Remember, your swings are all about momentum. Don't worry as much about lifting with the arms or how high you get the bell. Focus more on core flexion, snapping those hips. 3, 2, and go. Hinge as opposed to squat. Drive through the legs. Strong, the stacked body over the top. You shouldn't be feeling anything in your low back. Oh, 45 seconds to go. Long back, strong core. Three seconds. And time. Whew. Definitely different feel. Whew. Alrighty. We get to go onto our backs. We're gonna hit up dead bugs. Take a little shift before you get there. Let your knees drop to the left and then to the right. All right. Timed 2-minute dead bug. Slow and controlled. Tighten that low belly. Extend opposite arm and leg. Draw everything back. We're on. Tighten everything down. Pull it all together. Create your flexions, your resistance. Hold super tight through that rib cage. It should be tough to breathe and flex and hold it all together. You got it. Extend, contract, pull, slide those shoulder blades down. Feel that flexion under the rib cage. Deadbugs are some of the most touted core health, core strength building exercises. One of the most called upon to build core, to keep your back healthy. Come on, flex it in. Tighten it up. All right, we're there. All right, lower legs to the left and the right again. Back to the left and back to the right. All right, our extras today have a little bonus rounds, 2 extra of our 2 minute. We are going to add in side planks and a boat pose. Nothing super high intensity. We'll bring our 2 minute supersets back around a little bit higher intensity. But for now, it's been fun to just set in and hold a nice solid long round. Okay, 3 seconds. I'm going to call 30 seconds so that if you would like, you can switch to the other side. Side plank for a minute is a long time, but it's doable. You can use your top hand for a little bit of support, extra help if you need. See if you can feel a little more flexion under the armpit, the back. Okay, there's 30 seconds. So the more that you can tighten in through the core, the legs, the torso, the trunk, that's what we're going for. The less it's going to be in that shoulder, arm. So grab through those thighs, push up through the hips, stack it in, hold it up. 3, 2, and 1. Rotate to the other side. Or if you're doing 30s, you're going to be back to that first side. Have you figured out what motivates you, pushes you to new levels, keeps you consistent in new routines? There's halfway. In some of my work with people recently, I've been realizing that I think a lot of times we think that taking time for ourselves to work out is selfish, even more so than finding time to cook or plan meals, because our families get involved with that. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go into a downward facing dog. But remember that you are more efficient, that you're more productive, and that you're healthier for the people that you do take care of when you're taking care of yourself. You're more patient, more kind, and you stay out of the doctor's office a little bit more, less chance of going on prescription medication as early on. So it's not selfish, it's wise, it's taking care of yourself so that you can better take care of others. All right, come on down, flip it over. Our last one is a boat pose. I'm going to see how long we can hold a boat pose. Here we go. I myself have never tried 2 minutes. So we want to put our shins parallel to the ground. And you want to find flexion through the core, of course, as always. Always that core. Your boat can kind of rock, can kind of pull in and out. Just don't let it fully sink. Find that little sweet spot where you're balanced up. Tighten your belly button back. Oof. Hold flexion. Tight through that core. "52 seconds left." Focus on your breath. Relax through the neck and shoulders. Focus on flexion into that abdomen. Feel that heat build. That's what we came for. My boat is shaking. I'm not sure if yours is. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Good job, good job. Lie flat on your back. Pull your left leg up. Interlace your hands around your calf. Pull the toe back towards you, towards the leg. Make sure that your hip is in the ground. Depending on how flexible you are, you might need to use a strap or a towel around your foot. Maybe your leg is a lot further forward, but just feel behind the calf, behind the knee, and then really into that hamstring stretch. Gonna hold nice, good, solid chunk of time. This marks the end of our first round of repeating exercises, 4 weeks in. So the next 2 weeks will be some new stuff coming at us. All right, switch to the other side. I'm going to do some combo moves. We're going to bring in some more kind of newer moves. Some things that might be a little bit more mentally or require a little bit more coordination. I think it'll be fun to challenge the body in new ways. That's why usually a newbie exerciser, someone just kind of hitting the gym or their workout mat, really gets a lot of results very fast, is because it's everything's new to their body. It's all new. And so actually having to adjust and catch your wobbles. And all right, go ahead and roll yourself up. We're going to go into a butterfly stretch. So having to kind of work through the clumsiness actually delivers more challenge and more results to the body. So we're going to bring some more challenge in the next couple weeks in terms of coordinating some of the moves. But we'll all be in it together. Performance and ability, strength and control, mobility, it's all good. All right, twist to the left outside. That left thigh, push on the thigh with your right hand. Remember to be okay with all sorts of different types of outputs as well. Twist to the other side, different types of challenges. So the style of the training is going to demand a different type of output, but it's all good. You don't want high intensity every day. You don't want low intensity every day. Balance is one of the hardest things to come by. Extremes are easier because you know your limits, you know your boxes, you know your borders. All right, let's hit a pigeon. Cross your ankle to the opposite side of the mat, and then lie down so that your pelvis is squared off to the ground. All right, push into your hands, switch to the other side. Superset is a great style of workout, a good format to hit if you're traveling, don't have access to a lot of things. Find some things that you could just get yourself through body weight style for 2 minutes. Push-ups like we did today, crunches, planks, lunges, squats, dips, shoulder taps, jump squats, anything. Just set a timer for 2 minutes and see how many you can get through. It's all about keeping with the routine, keeping with the habit. All right, let's push it up. Lean over those legs. Grab your hands behind your back. Bring your arms up behind and over your head. And let the body weight of your upper body, just that dead weight pulling you forward. Get that stretch in through the hamstrings. All right, everybody. Fantastic job. I'll see you again next time.